Hello and welcome to Laurice's Kitchen. I'm finally getting around to my half of the Dueling Fruitcakes video. Dan put his up about a month ago and I'm including a link to his video in the description box below. He found Karen Elfelman's fruitcake recipe on All Recipes and I'm including a link to her recipe in the description box as well. Now this video is a little bit late, but better late than never, because this fruitcake is supposed to age for 10 weeks. We aren't waiting that long, so let's get started. Before we even get started in on the ingredients, we have a couple pieces of specialty hardware to address first. I have a 6 by 3 inch cake pan, as well as enough parchment paper to cover the entire inside. I've also got a 6-inch tin, another piece of parchment paper, and a piece of cheesecloth large enough to cover the entire cake in once it's done. The prep work for this cake starts at least 24 hours in advance, and that's with our dried fruit. This is a 1/4 cup of craisins, a 1/4 cup dried currants, 1/8 of a cup dried cherries, 1/8 of a cup dried apricots, 1/8 of a cup candied cherries, and a 1/4 cup of dark rum. These have all been chopped and they've been marinating for over 2 days now. For the cake, we need to start with a 1/2 cup of butter, and we're creaming it with a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. We're going to cream that together until it's light and fluffy, and then we're going to add our 1 egg and cream that until it's light and fluffy. We're mixing our 1/4 teaspoon ground cinnamon, 1/8 teaspoon baking soda, and 1/4 teaspoon kosher salt in with a 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour. I have 2 tablespoons of unsulfured molasses, 2 tablespoons of dark corn syrup, and 2 tablespoons of milk. These are getting mixed together, and then we're adding it alternately with the dry ingredients to the butter mixture. Eventually we're just going to stir in the fruits and the nuts. This 1/4 cup of dark rum is for after the cake is baked. Let's get these sides scraped down. I have my oven preheated to 325 degrees and I do have the convection oven on. Now the recipe originally says to put it in there for 40 to 45 minutes. Now when I did that with the first cake, when I looked at it at 45 minutes it wasn't even set yet, so I had to put mine in there for a full hour. Check it at 45 minutes. If the cake is not set, leave it in there for another 15. Okay, this is done. We're going to let this cake cool for 10 minutes in the pan before we cover it with half of this 1/4 cup of rum. After about 30 more minutes, we're going to take it out of the pan. I have my cheesecloth and this parchment paper on a flexible cutting mat. We're going to pour about a tablespoon of this rum down. And we're going to depan the cake. Okay, this is going down here. And then we're putting the rest of this rum on the top and sides of this cake. And this is just getting all folded on top. And then this is going in this tin. Ideally, we should wait 10 weeks to try this. This one is going to Dan Webster. He can try it whenever he likes. While we can't taste the fruitcake I just made, we can taste this one. It's been aging for about 4 weeks, not the full 10, but let's cut into it and give it a taste. Now all of this is that rum and probably a little bit of the cake. Let's taste. Wonderful.